Welcome back to Flipping Clean Mama. I'm going to take you back to before Christmas when I did my front door makeover. The front door had black paint on the inside and was just stained on the outside, but not stained very great. It needed a lot of help. And as you can see, I live in an older house, so let's transform this door into something more beautiful.
Mama, my name's Larissa, and I am a stay-at-home homeschooling mom who loves to transform vintage furniture on the side. I hope you'll join me every other Sunday and watch as I transform old, outdated furniture into something beautiful. Come learn along with me. I am so glad to have you here today.
Alright, we got started by taking off the hinges of the door and all the hardware. And then I gave the door a good clean before I sanded and sanded and sanded. Originally, I was planning to have for you my mid-century modern dresser that I've been working on the last week or more, but I did run into a couple little snags at the last minute with it, so it will be out either next weekend or sometime soon. So I hope you will stay tuned for that as I use my brand new Fuji sprayer on it, and you can see how that went. To start off, I just started to sand the door using an 80 grit sandpaper. If you know me or have watched me before, you know I'm not a big fan of stripper. So it's going to take a whack at trying to sand it first before I did the stripper if I needed to. Well, it ended up having 4 layers on it, 2 paint, a primer, and stain underneath it. So the sanding took forever. And you will see about halfway through the front of this door, I decided to resort to stripper.
Looking for my mother's eyes as I'm staying close to the mirror. A lock of gold, a secret smile, little things I remember. Place a hand upon my heart as her, she was a believer. Sometimes I can feel her arms holding me as forever. Time changes everything, and everything will change in time. Love changes every heart, and any heart can change you. I see in you my mother's eyes, and I lay your head to my shoulder. A lock of gold, a secret smile, I will tell you when you get older. I place a hand upon your heart, every beat is taking me over, and I will hold you in my arms, pretend we'll stay here forever.
Alright, so I gave up on all that sanding on that side and decided to use some Citristrip. So here I am putting it on the last half of the inside of the door and then letting it sit. And then I come back and scrape it off.
I fall, there's a legacy between us. We grow, we go, but in the middle, time changes everything, and everything will change in
I boiled all the hardware in vinegar and water and scrubbed them all down and then spray coated them with Rustoleum's Gold Spray paint. Just scraping off the stripper. I did that to the whole side of the door. And then after I got done scraping it all off, I went through with steel wool around the edges of the windows to get that off, and then wiped it all down with mineral spirits to neutralize it.
I wanna go out and face the cold, but it's a really good time for a monologue. Can't let this pass, I find it hard to breathe. Time is up, the bell has rang, and it's really hard to understand. But losing you now.
Here we are flipping over the door so I can do the stain side. I went ahead and sanded that side and it went really easy. It was super easy to take off compared to the painted side. And my original plan was to stain the whole door again so it was cohesive. But after a few days of looking at it hanging there, I decided I wanted to paint it and give it a little color instead. But hey, at least I started with a clean slate, right?
Minutes ago, you were still mine. Feels like I'm drifting too far from the line. When you left, your final word will leave. The following weeks, I'd understand I will never be that close to someone again. The further I go, the closer you will feel.
Alright, so then after I got done sanding both sides with the 80 grit, I went back through with a 120 grit and then a 220 grit until both sides were nice and smooth. I just want to give a shout out to everyone that has supported me lately, all my new subscribers and my past subscribers. I appreciate your support very, very much. And I am beyond grateful, and I hope that you will continue to follow me on this furniture flipping journey and learn along with me. I appreciate the support, and I hope you'll join me every other Sunday as I bring you a new video. Also, if you want to support me in other ways, please check out my Buy Me a Coffee link or Amazon wishlist link in the description below. But the most way you can support me is just by subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll do so. Give me a like and a comment below. Also, I want to give a shout out to whoever sent me the clamps. I received some clamps this week, and that was such a nice surprise, and I am so very thankful. There was no name in the package, but whoever sent them to me, thank you so, so much. Just taking some sandpaper and sanding by hand all these edges around the window to get all the little bits of paint off that I missed. I hope you will join me on April 23rd as I will be part of a challenge doing a workshop reveal, showing our workshop. And so I hope you will tune in on April 23rd to see that, and all my fellow YouTubers that will be also joining in the challenge. Let's hope I have my workshop halfway cleaned up by then. Alright, the color I'm using on the door is Dixie Belle's Nautical in the Dixie Silk Paint line. Dixie Silk Paint, mineral paint, has a primer and top coat in it, so that made this flip even more easy. Minus all the sanding, front door makeover is a very easy flip to do. And no, I didn't use any tape. I know, all you people. But the zebra brushes, this one was new at this moment, and they do make really good straight lines for the most part. So I chanced it.
I wanna go out and face the cold, but it's a really good time for a monologue. Can't let this pass, I find it hard to breathe. The time is up, the bell has rang, and it's really hard to understand that losing you now is the only choice for me. Someday our roads will cross before, and someday our ocean will find its shore. If you've never been this tired, then you've never been this in love. When you feel there is time for us, then I'll be by the same old road. Minutes ago, you were still mine. Feels like I'm drifting too far from the line. When you left, your final word will leave. The following weeks, I'd understand I will never be that close to someone again. The further I go, the closer you will feel. Someday our roads have crossed before, and someday our ocean will find its shore. If you've never been this tired, then you've never been this in love. When you feel there is time for us, then I'll be by the same old road. If you've never been this tired, then you've never been this in love. When you feel there is time for us, then I'll be by the same old road. If you've never been this tired, then you've never been this in love.
Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my front door makeover. I hope it has encouraged you to get out there and make over some things in your household. I hope that if you haven't already, you will like and subscribe. It's been so great to be here with you today, and I will see you in 2 weeks, and possibly before with a bonus video. All right, have a great day, everyone, and keep on flipping.